Hi there. I've just made this video to welcome you to Year 11 Specialist Maths for the year, and just to talk a little bit about why I think it's a really good subject to be studying, and also what we'll be doing this year in the course. So, some of you might have just chosen to study Specialist Maths because it got recommended to you on the form in Year 10, or you may have put a lot of thought into it and about where it leads. There's a few reasons why I think it's a really good subject to study. The first is that it can lead to a lot of different pathways and careers. For example, specialist maths leads into engineering at university, so you could become an engineer and design things like roads and bridges and buildings, or electric cars, or as an environmental engineer, you could design wind turbines, or bionic hands, biomedical engineering. You could go and become a physicist and learn all about lasers, or work in biomedicine and analyze DNA. You could, specialist maths also leads into careers in software development, so in coding. So that leads into things like three-dimensional graphics and 3D games. Could also lead into cryptography, so all to do with securing data, which is a huge field at the moment. And also into, if you study pure mathematics, you can move into things like economics, where you look at, for example, the price of Bitcoin over time, and all that sort of mathematical modelling. So there's a lot of careers that specialist maths can lead to. There's also two other really important reasons why I think this subject is fantastic to study. The first is that it's just really interesting. So all of the different types of maths that we learn about may not have some sort of direct real-world relevance, but there's a sort of beauty and a lot of interesting aspects to the mathematics itself. Also, another reason why this subject is great to study is that it is a challenge, which sounds strange, but when I surveyed students last year, that was one of the main reasons they said they liked studying specialist maths, was that it was a challenge, and that kept them interested and motivated, and they found it really interesting for that reason. So what do we do in the subject? Well, in semester 1 we do 3 topics: sequences and series, circle geometry and vectors. And in semester 2 we do another 3 subjects: matrices, trigonometry, and real and complex numbers. So for each one of those topics there's a test, a summative test, so that's like a test that goes towards your grade, and we'll also do one written investigation per semester as well. So that's something you do over a couple of weeks, where you sort of investigate one type of mathematics in depth and sort of take it in your own path, and then write up what you've learned about. There's probably 3 things there that you haven't heard of before, so vectors, matrices, and complex numbers. That's one reason I think this subject's awesome, is that you learn about entirely new branches of mathematics that you never would have heard about before up until now in your study of maths. And if you do go and study this stuff at university, these 3 things in particular, vectors, matrices, and complex numbers, are the basis of a huge branches of mathematics, which have all sorts of really, really important applications. What you'll need is a maths book, so something to write in. Please make sure you bring that. You will need a textbook. We'll borrow this one from the library pretty early on, and you'll also have online access. You will need a graphics calculator, maybe not straight away, but as soon as you can. Now, you can order these through the school, and I'll give you a form to do that fairly early on. They are a bit over $200, but they are well worth it. They can do all sorts of amazing things. They've got a colour screen. If you miss out on ordering through the school, you can get them through Officeworks or through Office National in Newry. If you can't afford one of the expensive, fancy new graphics calculators, you can often get the older models second-hand. The only downside is that they're black and white, not colour, but they still do the job, and they're fine. Just make sure you check the model number against the list of approved calculators, because when you go to do Year 12 and you see exams, there's only certain model numbers that are allowed. I'll put a list of those approved model numbers up on the DayMap course outline. You'll also need a laptop, probably not for every lesson, but now and then, and particularly when we're working on assignments, you'll need one of those. So if you need help during the course, as I said, it is challenging, so you may need help at some point. Please don't leave it too late. Normally I find that the students who do sort of do the best in maths are often those who are asking questions all the time. So almost as soon as they sort of have tried something and tried a few different avenues and get stuck, they will ask for help. That's what I'm there for. That's what I get paid for, is to give you a hand. So please talk to me, send me a DayMap message, email me, etc. If you're having a problem. My office is in the science office as well if you need to come and find me. You can always ask friends for help as well, particularly if you're down in study and I'm not available. Please ask other people from the class for help. I do want you guys to all help each other wherever you can, because if you're explaining something to somebody else in the class, it actually helps you understand it better as well, believe it or not. YouTube's a really good resource if you're at home and stuck. So I do have a YouTube channel myself. There isn't a huge amount of specialist math stuff on there, but there will be bits and pieces. Another really good one is Eddie Wu. You may have heard of him. He's quite famous now. He's got a maths YouTube channel with a lot of specialist math stuff on there with like millions of views. He's very, very good at explaining things. So you can either search Eddie Wu on YouTube or go to that website there, which is his website. Textbook's really good. It does cover everything that we learn about, so you can always use that as a resource. Don't forget that. And if all else fails, Google. But you may not always know the right things to Google for, which is why it's important to talk to me if you're not sure. Okay, I hope that helps, and look forward to teaching you this year. Thanks for watching.